Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Cassidy. If it's not, thanks for always tuning into my videos. Today we're doing something I suck at, which is 5-star prediction. Last time I did one of these, The Shadow of What Was Lost was on it. And if you follow my channel, you know how well that went. I think The Wheel of Time was on it. We don't talk about that video. I think I have a better grasp about 5-star predictions now, but I'm not promising anything. So if in a year's time we just pretend this video doesn't exist, that's okay with me. I hope it's okay with you. But here are what I think will be 5-star predictions. They are books I'm hoping I love, I'm expecting to love. The first one on this list is A Ship of Smoke and Steel by Django Wexler. Django Wexler is a previous author that I've loved and adored. Ashes of the Sun trilogy, The Burning Blade and Silver Eye, one of my favorites. I love it. And I'm expecting nothing less from this series. This is a YA series, which is the only thing that kind of scares me about it. Also, this series runs a little bit YA, like the narrative style runs YA. So I'm hoping that's what I get from here as well. A YA style story, but with the themes that we got within The Burning Blade and Silver Eye that made it feel more adult, and I'm really hoping for that. Also, something I've learned about my reading taste the last year or so was that I love a young female protagonist who is spiteful and is going to show the world that she's better. She's gonna prove you wrong, all of that, and I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure, that's the type of protagonist in this, so I am really excited for it. This one follows a fierce warrior, her deadly magic, and an epic mission to steal a ghost ship. We follow our 18-year-old who, by day, she upholds the law, and by night, she upholds the will of her criminal masters with the forbidden powers of Morlos, the Well of Combat. By day, she uses the money she earns to keep her younger sister safe. Just sounds cool. I know that the magic system in this has something to do with all these wells of sorcery. That's why it's called that series, and I'm excited to learn why and what that is. The next series on my list is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. This was on the last list as well, and I just haven't gotten it to it yet. Again, female protagonists, and that's really why I think I'm going to love it. I also think that it's not YA. Okay, people are going to come at me for saying what I'm saying. It's not YA, but I think that this is more of an accessible writing style that will lean towards YA. And interestingly enough, I've learned that I really like that style. Although I love my epic fantasies, there's something about just that like very easy to read, bingeable style of writing that still gets me with all my favorite books. This one follows two sisters, I believe. One is supposed to marry the God King, a lesser god and an immortal trying to undo the mistakes he made hundreds of years ago. Theirs is a world in which those who die in glory return as gods, a world transformed by biochromatic magic, a power based on essence known as breath, which can only be collected one unit at a time from individual people. But it's worth it. By using breath and drawing upon the color in everyday objects, all manners of miracles and mischief can be performed. I feel like I'm cheating putting this on just because I actually don't think I've given a Brandon Sanderson less than 5 stars. So it's kind of like an automatic 5-star prediction, but I've been scared to read this for so long, and I don't know why. The next one is The Emperor's Blade by Brian Stavley. I read the first chapter of this recently in my first chapter try a test for Backlist Book Club, and I loved the intrigue in that first chapter. This was not on my radar as a 5-star prediction until that video, and ever since reading that first chapter, I think about getting to this book all of the time. I'm fascinated by where the story is going to go from there. I know that this follows the emperor who is slain, but he has sent his daughter and 2 sons across the world, like scattered, and they must stay alive and unmask his assassins. They all have destinies that are entangled with like gods and stuff that their father has like set them on this path. And I'm just really intrigued to see where it goes. Like, I'm so intrigued by this one. We follow Caden, who spent 8 years sequestered in a remote mountain monastery, learning the disciplines of monks devoted to the blank god. Their rituals hold the key to an ancient power he must master before it's too late. An ocean away, Valen endures the brutal training of the Ketrel elite soldiers who fly into battle on gigantic Black Hawks. Wait, there's giant Black Hawks. But before he can set out to save Caden, Valen must survive one horrific final test. At the heart of the Empire, Minister Adair, elevated to her station by one of the Emperor's final acts, is determined to prove herself to her people. But Adair also believes she knows who murdered her father, and she will stop at nothing and risk everything to see that justice is out. Every time I read the synopsis, I think, wow, this is going to be incredible, and so I just need to get to it soon. I'm really guessing 5-star prediction. Also, when I did my 5-star audit last year, there's a video on my channel for it. Something I learned is that I really like stories that have 3 POVs, and I think this one does. Following this is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I've been so scared to read this book, but mostly because, like, I just think I'm going to love it, and I'm just, like, not ready for those overwhelming emotions. This follows a world where there is a 5th season, I believe, that's like hurricanes. It's like destroying the world, like nature is out to get you, which I also just love a setting like that. So already points on the board for this. I also believe that this follows 3 characters, and I know that people talk about the strong female characters in this. I'm really excited about the magic system and the world, and I just really think I'm going to love this series, and I need to get to it. I keep putting it off. This one is kind of a cheat because I've started it. I'm 30 pages into this, and I'm predicting Nevernight to be a 5-star prediction. I'm just here to say it. Put it out there. I don't think anyone is surprised. Assassin schools, young female protagonist with the world out to get her, and just like a really cool world and like fun world building and just everything that I could want in a book, I think, is in this, so I'm expecting to absolutely adore this series. This follows our main character, Mia, who is daughter of an executed traitor. She is sent to an assassin school in a world where the sun never sets, which, first off, intrigued. I love when nature is part of the world somehow, and it's different than our own. Just something I absolutely adore. I don't really know more than this. I know she's set on a quest for revenge within this assassin school and that she has the power of shadows, and I'm just really intrigued to see where this book goes from now. You know what, I don't think that this would have been on a 5-star prediction list if I hadn't already started it, just because I always hear people talk about Jay Kristoff's writing style and how they don't vibe with it, but I am loving his prose, so there's that. 5-star prediction. Probably the most accurate. Other than probably Brandon Sanderson. I'm cheating a bit again. I'm putting the entire War of Lost Hearts as like a 5-star prediction series. I personally have heard that Daughter of No Worlds is not the best, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to give it 3 stars, but I'm expecting to give Children of Fallen Gods and the 3rd book in this series 5 stars. This is by Carissa Broadbent, who is the author of the Serpent and the Wings of Night series, which I previously gave 5 stars and absolutely adored and binged really quickly. I've since read another Carissa Broadbent, and I really adore Carissa Broadbent's prose. It's like not too flowery, but still has like these deep quotes and deep meaningful metaphors. Carissa Broadbent got me into annotating my books because I just really wanted to highlight and tab these beautiful quotes that she has, and I'm really hoping I adore these, and I think the whole series could end up being a new favorite for me, not necessarily like the individual book one. The last book that's gonna go on this list is Queen of the Blood. I also read this first chapter for my Backlist Book Club Try a Chapter tag, and I was automatically intrigued. I really liked the writing style in this. I enjoyed our main character. We have a school setting, I believe, in this. We have like ghosts and demons that I'm really excited about. Just overall think that this is going to be a book that's going to catch my attention. Now, this is kind of the opposite of Daughter of No Worlds, where I'm expecting the first book to be a 5-star prediction, but I don't think the series as a whole will be a favorite or a 5-star prediction, but I think that first book will be, that introduces me into like the magic in the world. I've also heard that there's a lot of strong female characters in this. Another buzzword I've learned this year, I really like a strong young female character, which makes sense. I mean, I'm 25, so it makes sense that I would relate to female characters. 1, because I'm female, and 2, like, characters around my age. Makes sense because I'm going through some of those problems in life. Like, even though they're fantasy books, a good fantasy book mirrors real life issues, and so I think you can relate to, like, finding yourself. Honestly, I think coming of age stories, I get that there's the coming of age, like, YA, but I think that there's something about a coming of age 20 to 30 story. Like, we are finding ourselves within 20 to 30, I think even more than I did as a teenager. I'm learning new things about myself constantly, and I look for that in the stories I think that I read. I believe that this is going to have some sort of fantasy romance element in it. I think that we follow a character who has the power to prevent spirits from destroying the world, and we're following her go to school and like train in that magic. Just sounds interesting to me. I love a school setting. Like, a lot. Like, if you have any school setting recommendations, let me know. Training academies, school settings, anything like that, I'm here for it. Send them my way. That's it. Those are my 5-star predictions currently. I'm very scared of this list. I hope that some of them are correct. I hope that none of them are worst books of all time, like last year. I don't like to do these very often. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed them and got to know a little bit more about my fantasy taste. I don't think any of these should be surprising, but You never know. If you would like to leave me an emoji just to say you were here, leave me a ball emoji, like some kind of sports ball, like a football, a basketball, something like that, in the comments down below. And then if you'd like to connect with me on other platforms, my Bookstagram, my Book Twitter, my Goodreads, and my Patreon are all linked in the description bar below. Have yourselves an absolutely remarkable day.